And here today because of the lights being switched on Oxford Street. Very busy down here indeed, but it's actually the first time in 60 years that there hasn't been a really big switch on, a big countdown. The lights on Oxford Street were turned on at about 4:30 this afternoon in a very understated affair. Well, joining me now is Jace Tyrrell from the New West End Company. Thanks very much for joining us this evening. When you were planning this year's events, were you concerned about overcrowding?
Yeah, well, this is the second year we've looked at this new format. And obviously, for 60 years, we've been turning on the lights in Oxford Street. There's been the big countdowns. But a lot of feedback has it does get very busy out here. We've seen that tonight as well. So there's 60 gigs happening in the stores. And obviously, we're celebrating by putting the lights on. But you think about Oxford Circus, we've got to create some more space for the pedestrian here. And obviously, tonight highlights that issue even more with the switch on.
I mean, that's the thing, isn't it? You want people coming into the West End. You want people going into the shops, spending their money. But when there's a real fear about overcrowding, that's going to put people off. What do you want to see happen?
Well, I think we've got to recognise it's only going to get busier here in the West End. Londoners want to come here. We've got to reduce the amount of traffic. It's actually not just about pushing the traffic onto the residential streets. It's about reducing the amount of traffic. There are plans Westminster Council are bringing forward for Oxford Circus, a wonderful piazza, which hopefully will come forward next year. That could be great for a switch on in future years, couldn't it? But I think the challenge is we've got to create the right environment for shoppers and people, but also reduce the amount of traffic coming into the West End.
And you didn't have that big switch on, the big countdown. You didn't do it like that this year. Why not, though?
Well, last year we tried a new format and really great feedback from shoppers. There is 60 gigs and promotions happening in the stores tonight, but obviously you've got Regent Street, Bond Street and Oxford Street lights. So we want to encourage people to go around the whole area. I think next year we can look at the format again.
Jace Tyrrell, thank you very much for joining us this evening. Yeah, so lots going on tonight, as Jace said. Lots of bands performing in the shops and people just taking in the atmosphere. Back to you.
OK, thanks very much, Louisa.